Go ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Sandra Blank from the University of Dallas. We are excited to hear 3 schools present today and learn more about their programs. We ask that each presenter take about 10 minutes to go over your presentations. We'll get into that. And then we'll have Gretchen come on and talk about faculty development announcement, and then next month, and then Yarrow will come back and put us in the breakout rooms. We're going to start out with Dee Dee from the Program Management Office, and she's going to share some information with us. So Dee Dee, whenever you are ready.
Hello, and for those of you who I have not met yet, again, I'm Dee Dee Patterson, and I focus mostly on CAER, the research part of CAE program, and I also back up Annie Becker, who does the CD part of CAE. So we just have a couple of announcements for you. We want to thank everyone who submitted their annual report on time. I know some of you experienced technical issues with the tool, and we appreciate your patience while we resolve those issues. And as a reminder, this is a mandatory reporting requirement to maintain your CAE designation status. And so we will be reaching out to the schools who did not submit. And the other announcement that we have is we are finalizing details for in-person designation ceremonies for schools that have been contacted. Please respond to us no later than May 1st with your preference and priority order. There were 3 events that we sent you, so just send us your prioritization by May 1st. So those were the only announcements that I had from the PMO office. Are there any questions?
We'll probably take those in the chat area so we can move along. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. Sandra.
Right, thank you.
Okay, Dee Dee, thank you very much. Glenn, we are ready for your presentation. So if you will share your screen, that will be great. And then we'll just go presenter by presenter based on the agenda. I'm not.
It's coming up. We see
it's a blank screen.
We see
we see your background, which is your email.
Okay, so we can do it this way, I guess.
Yep, it's coming up. If you can just put it in presenter, that'd be great.
Yeah, hit F5.
Well, how about if we just do it this way? It seems to be working okay.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now, if you can hit F5, we'll probably get the bigger version of it.
Doesn't seem to. Let's just go this way.
That's fine.
We won't.
That helps.
Okay. I got the participants here that I don't seem to be able to get rid of. At any rate, my name's Glenn Dietrich. I'm a professor in the College of Business in the Department of Information Systems and Cybersecurity at the University of Texas in San Antonio. The class or the course of study that we have validated is a Bachelor of Business Administration in Cybersecurity. And we have two different ways of offering that degree. One is resident and some online, and one is totally online. So we can give the entire 120 hours online if somebody's interested, or we can do a kind of a combination of online resident classes as well. We have another program of study here. Our computer science group has a concentration in cybersecurity operations. And it's also a center of excellence in that regard. Our program focus is really kind of hard to decide. So I picked a term, cybersecurity analyst, which covers about everything. But our students take 30 hours in the major, and that includes 2 semesters or 6 hours of programming, Python, and so on. And then they have to take a class in networking, and they take an introduction to cybersecurity, and then they can take a variety of electives. We have maybe 20 other classes that are cyber related that they can take. We also have a minor in digital forensics, and we have a minor in database management or data center management. A little bit about Texas, University of Texas, San Antonio. We're a Hispanic serving R1 institution. We have about 3,400 students. We have about 2,300 in our cyber undergraduate degree. We also have a Master's of Science and Information Technology that has concentration in cybersecurity. September, we started a new degree, a Bachelor of Science within the College of Business in Applied Cyber Analytics. We have a reasonably robust PhD program. We have 25 students, and I'd say about a third to a half of those will do dissertations in cyber. The computer science group has a concentration in cyber, and they have masters and PhDs as well. And our electrical and computer engineering department also has a reasonably robust cybersecurity program. They do some software engineering, they do digital signal processing like steganography and encryption, that kind of thing. We've been a Center of Excellence in education since 2002. We became an R Center of Excellence in 2009 and a cyber operations, I think, about 2020. We have research centers at our university, and we have them in all 3 of the main colleges that teach cyber. They each have a different emphasis. Computer science is mainly interested in cloud computing security. Engineering is more interested in the digital signal processing. We're interested in a variety of things like IoT and industrial control systems and intrusion detection, pretty much general, which kind of conforms to our approach to teaching cyber. And I've listed some of the areas that we have ongoing work in. Artificial intelligence, machine learning is becoming a big thing in our department, as it is everywhere else, I guess. We have several groups that are doing electrical grid security. We have a research institute called Texas Sustainable Energy Research Institute that does a lot of electrical grid security. We have a School of Data Analytics that's become big at our campus. So these are the main areas. It's kind of repeating what we had on the other charts, but these are the main areas on our POS coursework. We have quite a few different grants that we're working on. We've been part of the DoD scholarship program since 2002. We've been part of the National Science Foundation Scholarship for Service program since 2002. We have a sub-award from the University of West Florida for workforce development. We have another sub-award from Dakota State on faculty development. We have research agreements with several of the government agencies. We do some IoT and artificial intelligence for two of the industrial firms that are interfaced to our school. One of the key things that we have that seems to be somewhat unique, this NSCC stands for National Security Collaboration Center. And that's a group that was put together 4 years ago that has a lot of formal and informal agreements with industry, government, and other academic institutions. And it facilitates research. We have some of the federal labs that have actually offices here. Some industry firms have offices here. And we have a lot of collaboration with those agencies and industry people. We bring in high-level people to give seminars on what's going on in their industry and what's going on in cyber and what they look for in students to recruit them. It does a lot of things like that. It's not an academic institution, but it promotes a lot of academia. SIMANI is a DOE, Department of Energy grant, that's looking at security of modern and future manufacturing systems. And it's a consortium. There's probably 20 schools, federal labs, and so forth associated with the SIMANI program, but it's all being done here. I know they have a long-term project with Oak Ridge. They do some work with Idaho Labs and so on. Do we currently partner? We partner with these schools, usually in grants. Several schools in the Southwest region, we've submitted proposals with them. When there's a school in San Antonio or close by that requests information on how to become a CAE, we help them do that. In fact, as we help most, we had helped most of the schools in San Antonio. I think there's 6 different schools in San Antonio, counting the community schools that are centers of excellence. I think this first bullet here is very important to our success. Being a center of excellence since 2002, we're one of the old ones. When we became a center of excellence, we were one of 34 schools. Now we're about 400 more than that. We have the headquarters for the 16th Air Force, which is the Air Force version of Cyber Command. NSA Texas is here, the Army Southwest Protection Center, and so on. And what that does for us, it provides a source of teaching talent. In, I think, about 2018, we tripled the size of our program. So instead of going from 1, maybe 2 classes in sections of a required class, we now have 6. Went from probably 14 faculty to 45 faculty. And a lot of those extra faculty, the adjuncts, came from the Air Force, the NSA Texas, and so on. And they bring, of course, a wealth of knowledge. They're either retired or working from those areas. So they're up to date and current on what's going on. And they pass that knowledge on to our students. And it's also a good place for our students to do internships. Many of our DoD scholarship students go to work for the 16th Air Force. Their security clearances start while they're still students. So by the time they graduate, they got their TS, STI clearances. So it's really been a very good relationship for our program. Our Chamber of Commerce says we have about 200 industrial firms that support these federal groups. Also a good source of talent to help teach, and also a good place for our students to do internships and full-time work. The fact that we have strong programs in 3 major colleges helps. We have research efforts in all those, being in the College of Business, but we still have done research, for example, with our College of Engineering and steganography, data compression, and it works out quite well. They support our students at the PhD level, and we support theirs. We also have people in psychology and public policy that do research in cyber. And we fully support the Clark program. The grant that we have with West Florida, the courses that we put on for that are all uploaded to Clark. So digital forensics, reverse malware, boot camp for a PMP, boot camp for Security Plus, introduction to cyber, and introduction to the career of cybersecurity have all been uploaded to Clark. And we are willing to partner with any other CAE schools. If you want to help or work on a grant together, if you have somebody in your area that wants to know what we've done, or if we can help them. I know that there's a formal program of mentorship and all that, but whatever we can do to help get CAE schools, we're glad to do it. So that's probably my 10 minutes worth, and that's all the slides I got.
That was nice that they both ended at the same time, isn't it?
Hey, it was planned.
Good plan. Thanks, Glenn. I was very fortunate as a member of the Southwest region to go to some training in San Antonio last summer. And you can clearly see the benefit of being located in a strong military community and city that the University of Texas San Antonio has there. So that was a great experience. All right, Ben, whenever you are ready, you can share your slides. We might make sure that Glenn is taken off. All right, yours are coming up.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we hear you just fine.
All right, we're not as big as Texas. We're a 2-year college, and I'm going to start by introducing my colleague in partner in crime, Ross. Ross is going to move on through some of the slides, and then I'm going to carry on. Ross, you want to start?
Definitely, yes. Hello, everyone. And actually, I went San Antonio school. I went San Antonio College and San Mary's University. I was there for 6-7 years, and I love the city. My name is Ross Alizadeh. I'm the full-time cybersecurity faculty at Cypress College in the city of Cypress, along with Dr. Ben Izadi. We both are the point of contact and the email address. We are part of the Division of Business and CIS department. And the link is for our cyber center. And we have been CIS since 2018. Next, please. The program we have, the certificate, it is the cybersecurity certificate. It has 5 courses, and there's a link for the program. And later on, I'm going to go in detail on it. This is the only POS we're doing right now, but we have also planned for future ones. The focus of the program, based on the NICE Cybersecurity Workforce Framework, it is on operate and maintain and protect and defend. The subject matter expert that we focus on in the 5 courses we offer, we cover the fundamentals of cybersecurity. We are the CompTIA partner and aligned with most of their certification. And we cover Security Plus, Security Analyst Plus, and Pen Test Plus. And we do computer networking. We are a Cisco Networking Academy. It is part of our cybersecurity certificate. And also on IT support, we cover Windows and Linux and Cisco. And on cloud computing and virtualization, we are Academy of AWS and Azure and also VMware. And on programming, we partner with our computer science department, and we do offer Python, Java, C++, and other courses. This is the flowchart for the cybersecurity certificate. It has 17 units, 5 courses, and we align them with CompTIA certification. We have students start with the CIS 190, and in that they also get the ITF Plus and A Plus hardware, software. We do embed and integrate the certification and bootcamp in that course, and then they move to Cisco One class. And we cover CCNA and Network Plus in that course. And then they move to 195, which aligns with Security Plus. And then the 196, which is aligned with Cybersecurity Analyst Plus. And then they take Python programming course. This is the one program we have in mind for future. We like to also get a designation for it. This is the DevSecOps. We developed this a few years ago, and we're working very closely with our computer science team. And in there, we have 190 to 30, and then there's the 195, the Security Plus, and then the Python. And then we have a pen testing course that align with the Pen Test Plus, and we included application security in it. And then we have a few other courses listed there. Java programming option, or cloud security, or IT project management, and advanced Python programming. So this is a program for future we're hoping to also include in our CAE. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to move on to the research side and what type of research we're interested in. Our school is a 2-year school, and we are basically recognized nationally for working with high school, middle school, elementary school. So Pathway program from K to 12 is of utmost importance to us. We have an NSF grant that's called PACE, Pathway to Advancement of Cybersecurity Education, which just got terminated last December. And we are trying to do more, revise core cybersecurity courses, include more project-based learning, industry-approved labs, bring in advisors that are more dedicated. We call them BUILD, Business and Industry Leadership Team, and implement a digital portfolio so that the students become more employable. The other part of the research that we are interested in is to increase enrollment, persistence, and completion. As you know, in community college, you don't have a major. Everyone can come in and take any courses. Usually they don't finish. They don't even get an AS degree. And there is struggles even to complete a certificate. So in order to make that happen, we need to make sure that students get attracted and excited about our program. That's why we kind of mix things in. We have challenge-based lab, Try Hack Me. We have classical lab like NetLab. We have competitions going on. We have developed an effective program along with resources available to students to ensure that not only they enroll, they persist and complete. Counselors, coordinators, and also an intervention team working together. And most of all, the goal is employability. So we want to make sure that we can develop a mentorship program where we can link industry people with senior students so that they can go to the higher level and get hired. What are the specialties of our program? We go to the elementary school and promote cybersecurity. Around 200 students per year go through our what we call elementary school cybersecurity competition and training program. That means we have people, mentors that go to the elementary school and teach them there. Also middle school and high school. There is a strong relationship that we have, and that's because we have one of the strongest dual enrollment programs in the nation in terms of not only cybersecurity, everything, but cybersecurity was the one that kicked it off in 2017. As I'm speaking to you, just last year, we had 324 high school students going through our cybersecurity program of study. We have one of the nationwide recognized Cyber Patriot training and competition, but Cyber Patriot is a national training program for middle school and high schoolers. Last year, we had around 4,000 students going through that program. We not only train them at our campus, we also go to their high school and middle school and train them. We are including project-based learning and workshops in our program. During summer, we have a workshop that students, senior students register for, and we are including project-based learning in our courses. And obviously, employability is the final goal. We want to make sure that not only the students learn the concepts and skills, they get prepared for the certification exam, and that's part of the course. For 2 or 3 weeks at the end of each course, we give them measure-up keys, testing keys. We take them through objective concepts and testing preparation. The mother grant that we had till December 2022 is a PACE NSF ATE program that was a starter on our pathway to advancement in cybersecurity. We just proposed a $650,000 extension to that. ACE Ideas, the Advanced Cybersecurity Education for Industry-Driven, Diversity-Minded Early Age Students, where we now are focusing to make things even greater in scale. And we want to focus on a different population. And by that, I mean focusing on underrepresented population. We are a Hispanic serving institution. However, underserved might be females, for example, in IT, or those who are not part of the normal population. We want to make sure to capture them. What are the collaboration ideas besides focusing on underrepresented? Taking our pathway program 1 level higher from 2-year to 4-year. That means articulation with 4-year schools, BS degree in cybersecurity. And the challenge here is we want more articulation so that the students do not have to repeat themselves as they get to the 4-year school. They can actually jump to the 3rd year and even be more advanced. In terms of partnership with other CAEs, we have a consortium that was put together in 2016, 7 community colleges in our neighborhood. We are recognized nationwide as a center of excellence in Cyber Patriot training and competition for middle schoolers, high schoolers, and even elementary schoolers. And we actually together come up with training that is more regional, and we exchange curriculum. What are our niches? What do we do best? Partnership with 4-year university. What are our challenges actually? Partnership with 4-year universities, as I told you before. We want to look into bachelor degrees that is a smooth transition from middle school to high school to our college, enhance employment opportunities, and focusing on underrepresented students. All that said, I give it to Ross to,
Yeah, this is
finish up.
our last slide, and it talks about the curriculum enhancement and enrichment, best practices and tools and techniques and methods we follow. We have a partnership, and we integrate in our curriculum material and content from NDG NetLab Plus, TryHackMe, and Cisco Networking Academy, Grow with Google, Amazon Web Services, Cloud Academy, Microsoft Azure Cloud, and VMware and IBM Red Hat. We also have a super robust Discord server. We have channels for all courses. There's lots of student collaboration and mentoring and other activity with many, many members in it. We even have a student from other colleges and come and join it. We have a very robust cyber club hosting industry speakers and also many different workshops and other activities. We have a super popular nationwide YouTube channel. We have lots of YouTube video tutorials and lab walkthrough videos. We have a cyber lab. It's almost finished, and we're thinking of having tabletop exercises and red team and blue team exercises done on site and also on physical machines. And in all of our courses, we have a student get ready for certification bootcamp, and we have mentors and bootcamp courses, and we use MeasureUp and other means to get them prepared, and it is actually part of the curriculum. And then for the senior courses, we use our industry partners to teach the advanced classes, so they bring industry experience, or we co-teach with them, or minimum, we have them come and do capstone in our courses. And we have many student mentors and tutors. It helps students grow and also helps other students. We have it both in person and also via Zoom in different days and hours, so to accommodate many different students. And as you mentioned, we have a capstone project in all of our advanced courses, and these are the industry driven. We have industry partners that come and do it for us. And a student can actually use it as an experience and use those people as a reference. And also for AWS, we have a summer workshop that we have a real life cloud security environment built for them, and then they get to protect it. And finally, we have a partnership with Skills to Succeed Academy. It's from England, and we do offer soft training for our students using that. Thank you.
Okay, Ben and Russ, thank you very much. Yair, if you will share your screen now.
Excellent, thank you. Hold on, let me also manage here the rest of the things.
Different role for you right now, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much for having me, and I'm glad I can be a spot filler for the group. I'm representing today Nova Southeastern University. As you know, I've been at NSU. We are located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I've been serving, first of all, I'm a professor and the director of our research center. If you go to the infosec.nova.edu, you can find more about our research center. I've been to Nova Southeastern University since 2003. So this December, I'm going to be here for 20 years. We've been designated since 2005. But previously we have started the work to become CAE around mid of 2004. So I've been involved in the CAE community and the CAE process when it was really way more difficult. I'll say it this way. With that said, I will give a couple of overarching information about our programs and also some of the research that I do, and I'll introduce some of the research that my colleagues are doing. First, about our programs, we had two of our master's programs. We've been a primarily graduate school up to about 2016, 2017. We were called the Graduate School of Computer and Information Sciences, where Sandra graduated from that school, for example, and we have many of our CAE point of contacts around the nation that are former PhD students from us. At that point, we adopted the undergraduate, which was part of a larger undergraduate school within the university, into our college, and we were renamed to the College of Computing and Engineering. During that process, that's why our focus was master's and PhD programs. And that's why the designation that we had was for two of our master's programs. And the first one is the one that we have designated as part of the pilot program in 2020 under the new criteria. And it's our master's in information assurance and cybersecurity. This is a technical master's program. It is aligned with what used to be called the NSA Network Security Engineering Specializations. This is what it was designated in 2009 and then in 2014. And in 2020, we obviously dropped this specialization, but we kept the courses that are focused, and that gives that particular program a focus. If you go to the criteria, you will see the list of the courses of our program as one of the examples there, right? This particular program is also aligned. We worked with our career services. We have a very developed, so Nova Southeastern University is a large university. We have a medical school, we have law school, we have health professions, nursing, etc. A lot of medical aspect. Our College of Engineering and Computing, the engineering is a relatively small part and the computing is a larger part. I'll share with you some of the expertise and the faculty members and their areas in a moment, and you're going to be seeing that. And that's where our information security is obviously has been a long focus of our college for many, many years, for the last 25 years. This particular program is focused on technical individuals coming in. We admit students with a bachelor's in computer science, IT, information systems, computer engineering, and some other technical areas. The alignment that we did with our career office, and I presented this during the COVID pandemic, we did a presentation to the CAE community about alignment of programs. And so this is aligned with specific work roles within the NICE cybersecurity workforce framework, or NICE framework. Our second program that has been designated for many years, and we are now in the process of submitting this as our second, but it was previously designated as well in 2005. Is our Master's in Cybersecurity Management. It used to be a concentration within our Master's in Information Systems. And in 2017, we moved it into become a separate program, and it's very successful since then. The focus and the specialty is what we call Information Security Policy Development and Compliance. And that's following the KU requirements that used to be under the old NSA designations for specialization. So we kept that as well because we see it as a good focus, and the alignment are obviously to some different career area within. So you can see the prior one, the main category is protect and defend. For this one is oversee and govern. Our third program that we eventually going to submit is a new program we just started last year. It's our Bachelor's in Cybersecurity Management. I will move and now talk briefly about some of the research projects that we have under my leadership currently. If you go to scilab.nova.edu, you're more than welcome to see some of the projects we have worked on and some of our graduates in the past 20 years that I worked with. These are my research area, which is focused more on human factor in cybersecurity, organizational cybersecurity, so looking at social engineering and resilience and risk mitigation and areas like that. The university itself is an R2 top ranking, and we are also recognized as a community service. And I'll talk about some of our community service in a moment. I want to recognize some of our faculty members who are doing tremendous work specifically with doctoral students in their research. We have our department chair, Dr. Greg Simcoe, who's doing a lot of work in the operating system and distributed computing. Wei Li, which you probably have heard, he's serving in some of the CAE community areas, is in network security. Sumitra Mukherjee deals with machine learning and artificial intelligence. Pejang Liu is doing network security as well. Jumping Sun is doing database, and Frank Metropol is doing a lot of work in mobile applications and programming. In the cybersecurity management side, we have Lori Doringas, who's one of our very prominent professors. She was an editor-in-chief for an Elsevier journal, and she's doing the HCI. Ling Wang is doing a lot of privacy. Ajoy Kumar is doing forensics and computer network, and myself as I said, you can visit SciLab and learn more. In terms of grants, our department chair, Dr. Greg Simcoe, is doing a lot of work in the Hispanic serving and minority serving area, because we are in South Florida and our access, and we are recognized as a Hispanic and minority serving institution. We do a lot of projects regarding STEM education, enhancing the volume and the pipeline for Hispanics in cybersecurity, for example, and in other areas. We do have different Department of Education grants that also funded our cyber range on-prem. And thanks to our department chair, Dr. Wei Lee is working with FIU on Cyber Florida grant. And I've been a PI for all of our cyber scholarship program since 2019. And also we received last year the NCAE scholarship for a PhD student. And the focus of that project is on what we call Cybersecurity Footprint Index. If you're interested, there is a concept paper I published in 2021, sorry. In terms of our partnership and supporting around, besides the ones that I support through the CAE as a mentor and et cetera, we have local K through 12. We do a lot of work with the Broward County Public Schools. We just completed a DoD grant on dual enrollment for cybersecurity to train them and then actually put them into CompTIA Security Plus, which we found to be very successful. There are some issues. I talked about it last year in the CAE symposium. And then we do some work with Miami-Dade County Public Schools as well. We've been doing outreach to those schools since 2013. If you check our infosec.nova.edu, you can learn more about our outreach events. As a CAE, we have been required to do outreach event, and that's part of what we're doing. Local community colleges we're working with, and we have also articulation agreements with Miami-Dade College, and I'm very happy to helping them to get a CAE designation in last year. We have Broward College next to us who is working towards it, and other South Florida universities, FIU and FAU, we're reaching out, and we have done a couple of joint events with FIU. We also have a joint Cyber Florida grant. In terms of challenges, I would say the challenges is probably like some of you have mentioned. One of the key things is how do you walk the balance? And this is something we hear from the FBI. I'll talk about the relationship with the FBI in a moment. How do you walk the fine line of educating individuals, but also making sure that they stay on our side of the fence and not educating cyber criminals? That has been a large challenge. And we've heard this again and again from the local Miami FBI office that we need to do something about it. And we try to drill a lot into the heads of our students on the ethical issues and emphasize cases, for example, and how many years they get in federal prison if they violate those things, and cases like that help. So we do that, but I think we need to do more around the nation. Another one is the employability. I think was mentioned before in the Cypress College folks also mentioned the issue of focusing on employability. How do we make sure that our graduates are being hired? One issue that we're seeing is not really necessarily their skills or their knowledge. We're seeing that this trust factor, if I want to hire someone to be in my SOC, right? If I'm a hospital or a bank, do I really know that person? Do I know someone who knows that person? So the trust factor keeps on coming back a lot to our own graduates. And so this is where we want to, we're doing a lot of activities with local ISACA and FBI InfraGard and others to ensure that they get our graduates, our students, while they're students, get to know industry and essentially being, they are trusted. And I'm I'm wrapping it up here as my time is up. Very proud of our graduates, especially our PhDs, because we have a lot of them around the nation, and we are very, very proud of all of our PhDs, both with their community and their engagement. Example is Sandra right here. But there are many, many others. We have folks all over in CISA and in DHS and in all of the federal agencies, including also industry and a lot in the DoD defense industrial base. I want to recognize Professor Wei Li, who's the co-chair of our COP, there is a typo here, CD Community Outreach Competition. Some of you have been interacting with him. We are very closely working with the local agencies and FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and of course the FBI in Miami field office, the FBI, the U.S. Secret Services in Miami, and myself doing whatever I can to help the all the CAEs, both nationally and locally. With that, I want to thank you.
Okay, Yair, thank you very much. Okay, Gretchen, you are up. We'll give Yair a little bit of time to get your slides up. Yair was my committee chair, professor and committee chair on my PhD dissertation. Seems like a really long time ago. And lo and behold, I talked to my students about networking and maintaining relationships, because certainly neither he or I knew 20 years ago that here we would be working together again on many things. So it's been a great experience. Whenever you are ready, Gretchen, we're going to do the May and then your next slide.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. It's always so fascinating. I learned so much more about everybody's programs, and I really appreciate everybody making the time to put these presentations together. We've got a jam-packed schedule through about another 16 months. And so thank you all for being so flexible about the schedule changes and moving you up in the schedule and things like that. If you're absolutely dying to be earlier in the schedule, if you could send me a note at gbliss.uccs.edu, I will have a ready-made slotting list. So Yair, thank you for filling in this month. As people move around, we know you can't predict your schedules a year out, and we totally understand when you have to move things, but we want to make sure that we keep the value and the content and the depth that we have here in this activity. So next month, we've got the University of Maine, we got Middle Georgia State, and we also have the University of South Alabama. So we are very excited to hear more about those programs. So the next thing we've got is, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Dakota State University and UCCS have faculty development grants. And I'm sure you're all planning your summer right now, because it's right after spring break and you want to get it all planned before you get into finals in May. So please check out some of the opportunities. DSU and Kyle Cronin already have his posted on the CA community site. We are working on getting ours posted as well, but I wanted to show you ours are going to be all virtual, except with a synchronous or in-person piece at the end. And I believe a lot of Kyles are going to be moving around the country. So if you have a desire to dig into some really cool new things going on in cyber and bring curriculum back into your classroom, please sign up for these and come join us. So I just wanted to make sure you're all aware, because we have about a month and a half to get everybody involved and signed up, because the workshops are going to start, as you can see here, in June. So please take a gander at this. We'll have a little bit more information available. And Nina Amy is our project manager. Most of you know her from her prior time at Arapahoe Community College for our group of grants. So if you'd like to reach out to her, she'll have that information as well. So that's all I have. And I think, Yair, we are going to move to the breakout rooms, but keep in mind, if you have to pop off or you miss some of this, it's going to be posted on the website, and make sure to pass the registration around to other folks to get more people involved in this program each month. Back over to you, Sandra and Yair.
Okay.